Welcome to the Power of One Voice series, where we explore one of the most influential student campaigns led by the University Student Senate of the City University of New York to get free Metro cards for CUNY students. Today, I have the pleasure to be joined by students from your college. I'm going to let each of them introduce themselves. I want to start by you. Can you please state your name and your major?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kendall Hatcher. My major is psychology.
What about you?
My name is Sweta Ambati, and my major is theater arts.
Hi, my name is Zainab, and my major is pharmaceutical science.
Hello, my name is Tatiana McLaren, and my major is chemistry.
Hello, my name is Aurelie, and my major is health science.
Thank you all. So we will be having a conversation about your backgrounds, about your stories, and at the end why you think it's important for CUNY students to get MetroCard. My first question is, how many of you went through the public school system in high school here? By a raise of hands. Who went through high school here? Okay. And you used to get free MetroCards in high school.
Yes.
And then you came to CUNY. Did you think about asking for MetroCards here when you came in?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the response?
So I went to A's. A friend of mine introduced me to A's, but they said my credits were too high
Mm-hmm.
because I was taking some college classes in high school. So
Okay, so you tried ACE, but you were not eligible. What about you?
yeah, I asked, and they were like, "Oh, colleges don't give Metro cards, and like there are like specific programs you need to join to get Metro cards and stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Sweta?
So when I first came here, I think I went to student development to try to understand if they had a MetroCard system here. I was told no, and then I was still persistent, so I went to the MTA like directly, and I was like in those slots, and I was like, "Hey," with my dad. I was like, "Do you have Metro cards for college students?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "Okay."
And you too?
About the same. I came here and I thought that honestly thought that it was going to be like we get free metro cards because it's a CUNY system.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people who come here, they would usually not have, I would say, a job or something like that because it's a college, so people are focused on their grades, textbooks, all that stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, you have all those to take care of. At least make it a little bit easier and smoother, or
Mm-hmm.
a little bit better by having free metro cards, or in a way to transition or get to the campus without having to spend money.
So, in one word, how did you feel when you found out you weren't eligible? They said, and you went all the way to the MTA, and they said no Metro cards for CUNY students. Like, how did it make you feel? How was the transition, given that they said no?
I was really stressed out because I was like, okay, that means I either have to pay $275 every day, which that itself is a little bit more expensive because daily costs kind of add up, and you don't get a lot of rides. And then that, and I was contemplating, oh, do I really have to spend? At the time, I think it was like $127 for an unlimited. So that was also like really stressful because that's like such a big payment that I'm asking my parents to pay as well because I was independent at the time. So it was like really difficult. You have to be really careful with the card, make sure you don't lose it. So I was just like really upset and stressed.
Tatiana, how does it make you feel to hear that students get their Metro cards in high school and then they transfer, they want to get another type of education and they don't?
It's puzzling to me because it seems as though they want to put more obstacles in the way of students. Because if from high school you're getting a free Metro card and then you're coming to college, which society tells you, you have to get your higher education. This is what you have to do, and this is what we're doing. We're trying to follow our dreams and we're trying to attain higher education. Yet they're putting these financial obstacles in front of us, and it's troubling.
Does anyone have an idea about how much, like in average, you spend on transportation and how that affects you? If you were to get free Metro cards, how do you think that extra money would serve you?
I mean, I think it would benefit me personally because, like, although I live around the school, like, I still have to, like, leave the school, come back. Sometimes I have to go get my baby cousins from school, this and that. Or, say, for example, I'm in student government. Sometimes I would have to go to connect with other people. Like, I have to take the train, this and that. And I use Apple Pay. And it takes a lot. Every little transaction I do on the bus straight up away. So
Mm-hmm.
it catches up to me. It catches back up to me because I don't work. So like I have to ask my mom or like when I get refund from financial aid, instead of covering my books and stuff, I have to use that to cover up the whatever I use on my credit card, especially the MTA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say the idea is that most times when you're paying or you're using something, you're using either your phone or using like a debit card or a credit card, so they're charging every time. So it's not even like you get the Metro card where it's like you pay once and then the free fare after is 290, 290, 290, 290, 290. You're just seeing that add up in your card. You're just like, I'm gonna spend $10 on just to get back to college, go to college and go home. And I could have used that $10 for food, or I could have used it to get something to drink or a small snack or something. Now $10 just constantly leaving my account every day to travel to campus to learn what I need to learn and then go home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely very hard. Like it just hurts seeing that, especially when you don't have the time to have a job because you're focused on your classes and you're focused on other things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just unbelievable to even hear that kids don't offer that.
Every time I ask the question about how people think they could use that money, I always hear textbooks. Can someone tell me about how does it work for you personally on the cost of textbooks, tying it back to saving that money to use textbooks? You touched on it a little bit. So how would that work? If you got a free Metro card, would your life be easier with purchasing your textbooks?
Yeah, to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us more?
Yeah. For me, like, most of my classes are like science classes and all that. So we have to get like textbooks which are connected to like the homework. And if you don't get the textbook, you can't do the homework or something like that. So it's like you have to get a textbook, and which is like expensive, like $100, like it's a lot. So for all those classes I'm taking, probably it's gonna be like $500 for like a whole semester, and that's a lot of money. Like for me, I work, so it's like I could afford to pay for like the $500, but like still, it's just like I could save it for something else because I have siblings and like I'm the oldest, so it's like I don't always like depend on my parents and stuff like that. So it's like yeah, my siblings always come to me for something if they don't want to ask my parents. So it's like I help them, and for me to pay $500 a semester, like that's too much. Like,
And one of the main arguments that I've been hearing since we started this campaign, because we built out a whole pilot program, was, oh, there are other benefits. There is ASAP, there is ACE, and there is all these little programs that offer benefit to students, so that should be enough. How do you feel when you hear something like that?
I've heard something like that, but then I'm like, I've already experienced like the reject from Seek A's, because like I said, I came from high school with already college credits. I couldn't get I couldn't get into A's because I was taking like 5-6 classes that semester, and they were like, "No, you're taking too many classes. We're gonna give it a chance to somebody else because." The amount of credits that you're having also depends, but it goes together with ACE. And with SEEK, it's a thing where you have to automatically get through, like as you're transitioning into from high school to college, that's when you get into SEEK. If you're already in college, you can't get into SEEK.
All of us here are student leaders in our own capacity, so we are influencers. We do influence the lives of the students that we represent, whether we like it or not. We are in the middle of an election year. How many of you are able to vote in this group? How many of you are planning to vote in elections? So given that, if you had in front of you some of the stakeholders, because we have federal elections, but there are also local elections going on, and there are different levels of government. People have different jurisdictions when they can make different decisions, types of decisions. If you were in front of the people who had the handle on the decision to grant free Metro cards to CUNY students, what would you tell them? And I want to start with you.
What I want to say is like, if you're going to college to like become something to help like the whole country as a whole, like for me, I'm doing pharmacy, and it's like
it's in demand in New York right now. So it's like if I become a pharmacist, I could help the whole community, like country and stuff like that. So I think like me helping you, you have to also help me. So it's like it has to be like two ways. If not, like we're just gonna be there like school dropout. No one doing nothing. Like you see, like it's just too much.
It's not practical for you. It's not
Yeah.
practical for the city either.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say if I had to sell the person something or speak to him or her in other individual ways, I would just explain my experience and other experiences I've heard from other CUNY students, like the people here, like my friends here, and the other people who have gone to different campuses. Because I know from my older brother, he went to Albany, and at that school, it's a little bit more prestigious. Things are a little bit more, I would say, up there to where they have their own buses that travel from their campus to their dorms and homes. They can even show their own IDs, and that allows them free access wherever they need to go using those buses, and even the mall that they need to go to. All that is all taken care of, and that's assuming compared to CUNY where it's harder because yes, it's more affordable, but it's more affordable because of the people going there, because we don't have the funds to go to those students. So why make it harder by having us pay to go here, there, this, that, and third, but then students they get all of that along with it. So I'll just explain the experience, how it is, because that should give them an eye opening of like, yeah, this is really what it's like. So that's what I would say for sure.
Thank you. What about you, Sweta? If these people were in front of you?
I would kind of give them this offer of trying to observe the students firsthand and even trying the metro system for themselves, because it's such a difficult system. There's no way that these elected officials that are also probably a CUNY alumna are in office but are not understanding how difficult it is for the students that are using it. So I feel like once they actually put themselves in our shoes, they might be a little bit more open, or a lot more open, to providing us free Metro cards in order for us to have an easier life to use the money elsewhere.
Thank you. What about you?
I agree with what Zainab said. I feel like there are some, like, to add on to what she said, there are some sort of resources, but it's not put out there. It's not known. And like, basically the same exactly what she said. Like, if you help me, I help you. Like, I want to be a nurse practitioner. God willing, I'll get to that career. I'll get to there. But then giving back to the community is one of the biggest thing and like the most important step, because I feel like this is the reason why like a lot of high school students, when they graduate, they don't go to college, because they use the excuse, college is not for everyone. College is not for everybody, but I think it's really as long as you try. You try, you may not like it, go to another school, and then with all the resources that you get, you'll be able to get there. Like if you don't help this, it takes one baby steps, right? If you're not able to help me, how can you promise me that if I go to college I'll be this and that, but then you're not helping me, see the plan of how it's gonna play out. By giving college students, even the most, there's some of us are less unfortunate than others, so like helping us will be like helping achieve our goals and dreams. Like in a sense, it might not be a big thing, but even the smallest thing, some people consider as a big thing.
Thank you. Tatiana?
But yeah, I think what I would say to them is just that, you know, our currency is our vote, because we don't have much currency when it comes to, you know, dinero, because we're full-time students. Some of us don't even work. So you want us, it's very confusing. You want us to pay for tuition. You want us to pay for the metro. You want us to pay for the food when we get here. But it's like we have very limited resources. But we have not unlimited, but we're very rich in votes. We're all over the age of 18. We're all hopefully eligible to vote. So you help me, I help you. You know?
Yes, I believe everyone here is eligible to vote, so yes.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've ever heard this. We say it all the time. CUNY is the greatest engine of social mobility. everybody knows someone who went to CUNY, right? Our currency is also our family members, it's our friends, and it's that influence we have on campus but also outside. And to what all of you are saying, help me, and I'll help you in terms of the simplest thing of, if I'm successful in college, New York City will be successful, New York State will be successful, and by extension, the entire country will be successful. We are individuals, but we have so much impact by the power of our single individual trajectories in life and futures. So we should be taken care of. I don't think we're asking for too much, right? I think that we are coming in college because we want to help ourselves, our families, but also we want to help everybody else. So asking for a Metro card, when we see that it is possible because you're doing it for high school students and it's very well appreciated, I don't think it's much to ask to also do it for college students. Because it's not like we're here to play. It's not like we're asking for money to go party. We're asking for money to come to college, to sit in the classroom, learn how to be critical thinkers, and hopefully become the leaders that this country deserves. But thank you all for your time.
I did want to say one more
Go
thing.
ahead.
It's not just that high school students get Metro cards, but also middle school students and elementary students as well get Metro cards. So if they're getting, from the beginning, they're getting their education for free, why did that as a college student, we're not getting it for free? So every other form, level of education gets it. Why not college students as well?
Right. And they say college is a choice, to your points, but college is a choice that is needed. So my choice is good for you. So why then do you kind of slap me in the face, say it's my choice? We have great allies in city and state and government. We have people who love CUNY, people who advocate for CUNY. So we need this allyship to continue and to become stronger so that we can get the best things we can get for our students and the best things we should get. So again, thank you all for your time. Thank you for an amazing conversation. And I look forward to seeing the great things that you'll be doing in your majors, in your careers, but also as student leaders.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
you. Nice to meet you
Nice to meet
too.